Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Coop here with the morning announcements for Monday, April 6, 2020. Today, I'm going to include pictures of spring flowers within my slides. I thought that would be kind of fun since that's something that we see a lot of this time of year. I'm wearing an Alani hat again, which is a resort on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. I love this hat because it's lightweight, it's easy to go running in. Today, this morning is a little bit different than our typical day. It is going to be a half day for students. In the morning, you will receive no new assignments from your teachers. However, it will be a time where you can use the time to catch up with your work. You can ask your teachers questions. They'll be available till 12:45 today. So let's all say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. From the weather desk, weatherman Frank Nunn says it's going to be sunny with a high of 65 degrees and a low of 43 degrees. And when you go outside in that beautiful sunshine, you might see a flower called a tulip. And here's a picture of a whole bunch of tulips. Birthdays today. Happy birthday to There are no birthdays today, but those born in April are curious, adventurous, passionate, and bold. Thank you, Mrs. Guzowitz, for that information. From Mr. Levine, the Counseling Corner, remember adults have feelings. It's always important to remember that the adults in our life can feel happy, but sometimes they might feel sad or angry or scared. And that's okay. So if you see an adult that you live with feeling sad, remember that's normal and healthy feeling, and that we have many feelings just like you do. And the picture of the flower on this slide is the lily of the valley, which is such a beautiful flower. It smells so good. Also from Mr. Levine, the riddle of the day: when does today come before yesterday? The answer is the dictionary. Thanks, Mr. Levine. What a great riddle. Student highlight. Congratulations, Kellen Reddy. On Thursday, fourth grade students participated in a virtual spelling bee contest. Congratulations to Kellen Reddy for being the fourth grade spelling champion. Kellen won in the 13th round. The winning word was rarely. Great job, Kellen. We're so proud of you. The story highlights of the day from Mr. Paradiso. For this week, he thought it would be fun to do book trailers of the day to go along with the PTO virtual book fair taking place. Each day, he will include 2 short book trailers of new books that are available to purchase at the virtual book fair. The book fair information can be found in your library Google Classroom. The first one is called Allie. Allie just wants to make a friend, but it isn't easy. Then Allie saves Wormy and everything changes. Allie and Wormy begin their adventure together, making new friends and helping others along the way. Wow, that looks like a great book. The other highlight of the day is I Survived graphic novel.
I am thrilled to share the first I Survived graphic novel, I Survived the Sinking of Titanic 1912, which takes my historical fiction story and transforms it into something completely new. The scriptwriter Georgia Ball and the artist from House Studio brought my characters George and Phoebe to life. They pull readers on board the glorious Titanic and through all the terrors of that history-making night in April of 1912. My hope is that die-hard I Survive readers will love experiencing the stories in a new way, and that these books will help make my series and these powerful historical events.
Wow, both of those books look great, so make sure that you check them out. The word of the day is ocean, which is a noun. What does it mean? It's a large area of water. How do you use it? Mrs. Guzowitz loves to swim in the ocean down at the Jersey Shore. And the flower on this slide is called a pansy. This day in history, in 1917, World War I, United States declares war on Germany. In 1930, the Hostess Twinkie is invented. In 1931, Little Orphan Annie debuts on NBC. And in 1987, Sugar Ray Leonard takes the middleweight boxing title from Marvin Hagler. An Earth Day fun fact, Earth Day is coming soon. More than 11 million species live on the planet Earth. And I actually included a tree that flowers beautifully on this slide called a dogwood tree. And we actually have 2 of them in our front lawn at Kings Road School. Learning new things. Students have learned penguins have knees. I learned how to knit, and I love riding my bike. I learned that spiders have 8 eyes, but can't even see very well. Some can't see at all. I learned how to take apart a phone. I learned how to ride a bike. 2 fifth graders learned a trick called seesaw, and from a 4th grader, honey never goes bad. Also, you can drink any year-old milk and not get sick, but it might not taste good. Nicholas learned that today, when it was his birthday, actually, I learned that you can bake a cake without butter and without eggs, and even without electricity. Mrs. Moran's health tip of the day: don't worry, be happy, which I think is also a song. 3 steps to worry less. Number 1, try to figure out what you're worried about. Number 2, think about ways to make the situation better. Number 3, ask for help from a parent, teacher, or other trusted adult. Can you answer these trivia questions from The Mouse and the Motorcycle? These are from Chapter 9 and Chapter 10. Chapter 9, Ralph Takes Command, and Chapter 10, An Anxious Night. Number 1, why couldn't Ralph squeeze under the doorway to explore the hallway? Number 2, what could Ralph smell coming from the kitchen? Number 3, what do the mice call the food that Keith provides? Number 4, when Ralph was really concerned about Keith being sick, he thought about all the nice things Keith has done for him. Can you remember 3 of those nice things? Number 5, to help his friend Keith, Ralph leaves the room to go looking for what? And why is this dangerous? Mrs. Sims wants you to keep on reading, and final Ralph trivia coming Tuesday, tomorrow, and Thursday of this week. Fun facts. The strawberry is the only fruit that bears seeds on the outside. Also, according to Tori Avey, coffee became a popular drink in America after the Boston Tea Party of 1773. Making the switch from tea to coffee was considered a patriotic duty. The double coconut palm produced the biggest seed in the world of 45 pounds. Ice cream was once called cream ice. Pound cake is so called because the recipe once called for a pound of butter, pound of sugar, a pound of flour. Apples float because they are 1/4 air, and ripe cranberries will bounce like a ball. Go on, try it. They also float. A big shout out today to Mrs. Sims. Yay, Mrs. Sims! We appreciate you. And here's a picture of her unveiling our One School, One Book, Mouse and the Motorcycle book. Do you remember that day? We all gathered in the multipurpose room and we learned about what the book was, and it was so exciting. And Mrs. Sims was the one that did all the work for us to make sure that we were able to each get a book. And she worked with the PTO, and the PTO gave you all, every family, a book. And she just works every day to make everything so special for you. Thank you, Mrs. Sims. We appreciate you, and a big shout out to you. And finally, I want you to be the reason someone smiles today. I want you to try to brighten someone's life up, and I'm sure you do that every day anyway, but make a conscious effort to try to make someone smile. And remember that I think you're very special, unique, wonderful people, and I hope you have a great day in the wonderful sunshine, and look for the flowers and maybe a dogwood tree. See if you can see them outside in your neighborhoods, and just have a wonderful, wonderful day.